Hi, I'm Kaylee. Welcome back to my channel, Conscious Love. Today I want to speak to you about sleep health. I want to start by talking about a journal that I've recently read, the Journal of Sleep Medicine. They published a very big study that they did in 2021 of around 57,000 participants, and their findings were staggering actually. They found 11.3% of those participants were suffering from insomnia. Now, insomnia is an inability to fall asleep or to stay asleep once asleep. So this could mean if you're waking up after 3-4 hours, even if it's just for a short while or if it's for a prolonged while, this is still classed as insomnia. Now, insomnia is strongly linked to many other disorders, including substance use disorders, anxiety disorders, mood disorders, and even psychotic disorders. A lack of sleep goes hand in hand with so many mental health problems, and you could argue that the problem causes the lack of sleep, or the lack of sleep causes the problem, but what we do know is they're profoundly connected. So anything we can do to increase the likeliness, the quality of our sleep, this is what this video is going to talk to you about, because it's so important. To give you an idea, like if you think how important our breath is, we can only last minutes without breathing. If you think how long we can go without water, it's maybe a few days to a week. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. But if you then think what's next, a lot of people might think it's food, but actually we can go for months without food. What we can't go for months without is sleep. The longest somebody I think is recorded to have gone without sleep, I believe, was 10 to 13 days, which is not a long time at all. This just shows how absolutely vital it is. I mean, we've a wealth of academic evidence that shows even just lacking in sleep for an extra 6 hours, we have mental impairment, we have memory impairment, cognitive impairment. So lacking in sleep is profoundly impacting our health and well-being and detracting from it. So anything we can do to increase our sleep quality and our sleep health is absolutely vital. So it's not just, I want to mention, it's not just mental health, this is also affecting our physical health. If you lack in sleep, if you have insomnia, you also are going hand in hand with having high blood pressure. Heart failure, diabetes and stroke are all correlated with insomnia and lack of sleep over prolonged time. And these are 3 of the top 10 causes of death worldwide. They can also be linked to diet, but sleep is one of those almost forgotten things. It's something we often negate and say, oh, I'll catch up on sleep at the weekend or next weekend. Or this is not something we should be borrowing against, when, if you remember, we can only go a maximum of 10 to 13 days without sleep before we would die. Okay, so that just shows that in those 10 days we start to deteriorate very, very quickly. So moving on, what can we do to increase our sleep quality and our sleep health? Well, first and foremost, let's look at our environment of our sleep. What does our bedroom look like? Is it full of clutter? Is it full of dust? Is it full of things that just don't feel good energetically? Do we walk in? Does it feel like a stressful environment? Is it what color is your bedroom even? Because this has a profound effect. Look up color theory. Google the impact colors have on your emotions. This is very interesting reading. Do you have a lot of, do you have allergies? Do you have a lot of fabric things in there that harbor dust mites? That would affect your sleep profoundly. Really, you want your bedroom to be calm, you want it to be serene, you want it to be clean. These are really important points. Also, use it only for sleep or sex, but we're talking about sleep here. This is what your bedroom should be used for. Don't have a television in there. I haven't had a television in my bedroom for over 3 years now. I haven't actually had a television in my house for over 3 years now, which I wouldn't change. I'm so much more productive. I sleep better. My life has gotten profoundly better with my lifestyle changes over the past 3 years. And this is why I'm sharing this information, because it works in practice. I've lived the practice of this, and I wouldn't go back. Scents, that's another thing. Lavender, jasmine, burning a candle before we go to bed. I mean, if you're here, I've tiled floors and I can leave a candle burning as I sleep. I find it actually helps my ability to sleep. But if you're in, say, a Western country and you're surrounded by soft furnishings, please don't sleep with a candle on. Your diet, this is very important. Try not to eat at least 4 hours before you go to bed. But at the same time, don't go to bed hungry, because if you go to bed hungry, it's going to keep you awake. So it's finding these sweet middle ground points. Now, if you need to snack on something like seeds and nuts, sunflower seeds are actually conducive, they're good for sleep. That's something that I sometimes nibble on before bed if I'm needing something. Something that's light, not heavy, easy for your stomach to digest, but not going to give you a boost of sugar or boost of energy. Like, you don't want your insulin levels kicked up, because this is all going to detract from your body being able to sleep. Things like chamomile tea, this is a cliche, but it's because there's actually, when you ingest this, it teaches, your body knows to relax from it. Relax is conducive to sleep. Caffeine. Me personally, my body is so sensitive now that if I have caffeine after like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, I will not get to sleep. I normally go to bed about 11 o'clock, midnight. I will not sleep if I drink caffeine after that time. Please do not be in denial about your caffeine use and how it affects your sleep. I know so many people. One man in particular comes to mind. He complained all the time about how he had insomnia, he couldn't sleep, he didn't know why, it was a mystery, it was just something, wrong with him. And so I started asking some questions, and he never mentioned the fact that he drinks coffee regularly at 10, 11 o'clock at night, midnight, and plays computer games and drinks alcohol and takes Valium, and didn't understand how this could have any impact on his sleep health. I think I'll just leave that there. So please don't be in denial about your caffeine use. Caffeine absolutely affects your system. It increases your heart rate, it pushes your system up. It's equivalent, it's the lesser version of doing a line of cocaine. You wouldn't do that before bed, would you, and expect to have a good night's sleep? So don't do caffeine either. Something that can really help is nutmeg. I've evidenced this on my website, alchemybotanicals.org. There's a wealth of information, all evidence-based, all from academic journals. I would strongly urge you to do this. I've also made a YouTube video teaching you how to make your own nutmeg extract that's extremely potent. I've helped so many people with this medicine turn their insomnia around and begin to heal and get the best night's sleep they've ever had, which I'm incredibly proud of this. This is why I'm literally giving you the recipe so that you can make this, because I'm not in a position where I can ship this worldwide, or I want to make a big business out of it. I just want to get the information and the knowledge out there. I want to live in a healed world. So another thing, massage your feet, massage your legs, touch yourself sensually. Just tune into your body in a very soft and delicate way. It helps relax the body for sleep. If you have a partner to do that for you, maybe you could take turns, like helping him or her drift off one night, and then they reciprocate. How wonderful would that be? This can all really, really help. Breath work is the final thing I'm going to touch on before I run out of time. Really simple technique. If you're lying in bed, close your eyes, calm your mind. As you inhale, just count 1, and as you exhale, count 2. Inhale, count 3, count 4, and just deepen and lengthen each breath. And this can profoundly help. So I'm out of time. I've been Kaylee, this is Conscious Love. Please subscribe for more health news, and thank you for being here.